I've been a real estate agent since 2013. I've been with Keller Williams since 2022. I'm the principal broker of the office here at Keller Williams, and in this position, the day-to-day job that I love the most is helping agents build their business and see it as a business, and not just that we're just here to sell houses, but that we actually have careers, and this is something worthwhile doing on a daily basis, and how they can build an empire doing this job day in and day out. If I would have known when I started as an agent that this business would have been built on relationships, I would have started out being myself up front and not thinking I had to do what made other agents successful, but do the things that are me, and what has now made my business sustainable over the last 12 years. As we start out in this business, we follow all the top agents and to see what is successful and what makes them successful. But at the end of the day, be you. It's a relationship-based business, and that is what's going to draw people to you as an agent. And that's what's going to sustain you through this years of your career in this industry. If you're genuine and care about your clients and realize that they're more than just clients and just a transaction, it's what will sustain you through the business. I think the thing that teaches you that over the years are the clients who come back to you. You realize that they're more than just clients, they're friends. And they're the ones that we show up for birthday parties. We show up, unfortunately at the not fun time events in their lives as well. You're there through the hard times and help them sell their parents' houses. And then they're also there when their kids buy houses for the first time. You're really there for all the major milestones in people's lives. And that's when you start realizing that your clients are more than just clients. They're friends, and they're those relationships that you are excited when they have babies and buy the new dog and help them expand their houses. And I think that just over time, as you build your business, you realize that that's what drives you forward. It's not a transaction, it's a relationship, and you're just as excited to help that first-time home buyer move into a new house as you are to sell the $1 million house with a big commission check, because you're seeing them start their journey, and then you're there through all the steps. Keller Williams was not in the Toledo area at all when I decided to switch, so it was more a pipe dream that we were going to build this office. I saw a post by another one of our agents, Megan Hornsby, and she talked about KW Cares and how a hurricane had hit down by where she lived, and Keller Williams showed up for one of her neighboring agents, and I realized that that's what I wanted to be a part of. That was just the tip of the iceberg of what KW Cares does for its agents, and that's really what was the motivating factor, is I wanted to be with a company that felt so strongly that they backed their agents at the worst points of their lives. And KW Cares does that, and it's just an amazing organization. How Keller Williams is different than any other brokerage I've been a part of is that we put agents' careers first. It is literally a company that is built for agents to be entrepreneurs and to drive their own business. And that has hands down been the biggest difference in the last several years I've been with the company. I've never been with a brokerage before that had such a span of information that they can give you on how you can drive your business in so many different areas. There's so much more than just real estate when you come to KW. And that is what has been just a game changer for me since joining in 2022. The reason I switched to Keller Williams was to be with a company that had a national exposure. At the end of the day, I realized that was such a small fraction of why I made the decision to switch. It is that it is truly a culture that believes in their agents and also stands behind them. KW Cares is one of the biggest factors of why I decided to make the switch. As an individual office, we can pick which charities we want to donate our time and money to, as well as the fact that we have a huge backing of the entire brokerage worldwide that supports our agents when something goes wrong, whether it's a natural disaster, an illness in the family. I wanted to be somewhere where the brokerage shows up for the agents, and that is truly what KW stands for. The moment I realized that joining Keller Williams was the right home for me was when I saw how we were able to grow and develop this office, and to see other agents grow their career by what we're now offering in Toledo. We've seen agents who have come in barely selling any houses and giving such a huge share of their commissions away to other brokerages, and now they're able to actually have teams themselves and build and grow their team and look at their job not as something that's just helping sustain their family, but actually starting to build their own empires in this business. Seeing that, it cemented the idea that this was right where I needed to be. If I was trying to convince another agent to switch to Keller Williams, I would tell them to make the leap. There's a reason why we have been here since 1980s. We're continuing to always grow and push the envelope. There's a company that is backed by technology, years of experience, and there's someplace that makes you feel that you're at home when you walk through the doors here. Our agents are there to help others. No one is feeling that there's not enough real estate to share. We're here to help build everyone's careers, as well as just that it's a place that makes you feel at home when you walk in the door. There's nowhere I've ever been that when you walk through the doors, you want to stay here and work. It's a very inviting, open culture as well, and that we push each other to be better. Looking back at how far our office has come is like it's so exciting to see. I remember coming in here for our very first meeting in the office, and there was 4 of us, and I don't believe there was any heat on in the building, and there was definitely no furniture and none of the artwork on the walls that we have now. And we had to have our leadership team meeting sitting on the floor of the office, freezing with our coats on. And I remember Greg telling us that someday, we had to have the vision of where we would be. And to see that 3 years later, we're now sitting in a media room where we can do shorts and reels and do all of our social media footage, and that we host our meetings all the time out in the conference room. It's amazing to see how far we've come and how many agents we're helping to build their careers here now.